everybody. Happy wet Sunday. It has been one hell of a wet couple of weeks. And while it's great for the farmers and it's great for everything around here, no water restrictions hopefully this summer. And of course, any potential wildfires, of course. But even with that said, I am a little done with the rain. But neither here nor there. So a little bit of a funny piece of information, I guess. I recorded a video and went to post it last week to catch everybody up, as we were at the end of week 9. Now we're at the end of week 10, and it's been a couple of weeks since I have done anything. And I recorded a video, went to post it, it posted, except for the fact that I got a warning saying that my phone memory was basically near capacity, so I went to start purging videos and things off my phone and accidentally deleted the video while it was mid-load. So much for that. But I'm headed back to the gym for a second workout. In other words, just to continue the one that I had already started. Sometimes, depending on how busy the day is or just where my schedule falls, I have to split my workout up into half. And even then, sometimes I have to go back anyway, no matter what my day looks like. So it has been a very busy, very overwhelming, consuming several weeks, as I think the last one I posted up was week 7. We are now on the tail end of week 10. The last day of week 10, we are about to go into week 11. And so far, overall, prep has actually been really, really easy. I've only run into I'd say 2 major issues, and it's not so much what people would think would be a challenge. So amping things up, getting your steps in, getting your workout in, honestly, for the most part, that's all pretty easy. However, that wasn't my issue. My issue was I've been amping things up too much. A few weeks ago, I was getting between 15 and 20,000 steps on a fairly regular occurrence. And my coach just decided that I was doing too much. And she capped my steps. She made it so that I couldn't go above a certain amount. And while 13 sounds like a lot for some people, for me it's not. I'm a very active person. Hubby and I do a lot of walking. We do go out dancing once a month, generally. And there's a lot of other things that I do, kid field trips, etc., that requires a lot of steps. So basically, I kind of felt like she was telling me I couldn't continue living my life, and I basically freaked out for 2 weeks. In fact, it is part of the reason why I withdrew. I was having a hard time adjusting to that. Being forced to slow down is just not something that I take well. I wasn't dealing with it very well, because for me, it's a lot of mental mind stuff that comes up. So when you have been someone, or when you are someone who has been 400 pounds or heavier or anything really heavy, you have this whole thing of people making fun of you, and sitting down equals lazy, not moving equals lazy. So the very idea that I'm trying to accomplish this great body transformation in order to walk the stage and feel good about myself, and at the end of the day, it's a competition. So I'm at competition and competing against myself. Of course, there's the other competitors, but more than that, I'm out to compete against myself. I want to win. I want to accomplish what I want to accomplish. So the very idea that I needed to slow down in order to do that boggled my mind and messed with my head so bad. When she first gave me the rule, I basically went into the gym absolutely fuming. I didn't know how to deal with it. I set some pretty good PRs on the leg press, but that's so not the point, because it was a rage lift. And it really took me a bit to settle into the idea. Eventually, she did give me a little bit more steps to work with, and so that's been okay. But I had a really hard time adjusting, And honestly, out of everything I've been given to do in terms of rules and guides and things I had to accomplish, slowing down was nothing or nowhere on my radar, nor was it something I thought I had to do. But rest and recovery is a very big piece of it. And as far as she was concerned, I wasn't doing enough of it. So she was forcing me to slow down, rest, and recover, which was not something I wanted to do. All right, so continuing on. Since then, I have come to terms with it, and I have adapted to it a little better than I had, and coping with things better. And I'd like to say that I'm doing a lot better than I was. It's been incredibly busy with all of the endless family obligations and events that have gone on. Going back as far as Mother's Day, which then led into my wedding anniversary, which then led into my son's early birthday party, and then Father's Day, and I've had numerous field trips with the kids with school, and it's just been insane. My dad came into town, so it's just been one thing after another. I mean, there's been lots of good. It's just been definitely challenging as I'm trying to accommodate family and all the events and be as present as possible, while also trying to make people understand and accept the fact that I'm eating the way that I'm eating, and I can't just eat ice cream whenever I want to, and I can't just eat whatever I want. And now, with that being said, technically yes, I can have pizza. I can technically, in theory, eat whatever I want. However, it all has to fit within the macros that I am being allotted to eat right now. And if I were to choose to do something like that, yeah, it means I could fit it in, but it also means that I probably wouldn't be able to eat anything else for the rest of the day, and that's just not very effective, both from a body fueling perspective as well as a mindset one. So there are just certain foods right now that, while I could go out of my way to make things work, I don't want to sacrifice certain things that I've come to really enjoy eating right now, and it's just not what I want to do, nor is it where I want to be right now. So there's been a lot of that, but jumping into week 10, things are going very well. We started amping things up quite a bit as of last week. I'm officially doing basically cardio on top of cardio. So I am now doing fasted cardio 7 days a week, and we have messed with my diet a little bit. So we have officially taken out or deducted how many carbs I'm eating. A few weeks ago, I guess toward the tail end of May, we only had manipulated the fat content. Now we're pulling from both. Protein is the one thing that we haven't really done anything with. And if anything, I could see it increasing, but I can't see it decreasing. As we're trying to maintain as much muscle mass as humanly possible, we're trying to lose as much body fat as possible. So it's a slow and steady process, as frustrating as that is. And I've had plenty of hissy fits with that scale, let me tell you. But that's just part of the journey. And it doesn't matter if you're gaining weight, losing weight, building muscle, doesn't matter what it is. That scale is forever the enemy of pretty much everybody. And we have our moments where I would love nothing more than to just throw it out the window and call it a day. So there's that. And then, all right, so again, cardio on top of cardio. So 7 days of fasted cardio. We've also added additional cardio. So with fasted cardio, that means exactly what it means. I am eating, or rather, I am doing cardio before I eat anything for that day. I have a certain amount of calories that I am out to burn during that. And then on top of that, I am also doing a heart targeted, or a heart range, if you will, targeted cardio as well. I have 70 minutes that I have to complete across the week, and I can split it up however I want. However, I have to get up to that very specific heart target range, heartbeat range, and I have to remain within that target range the entire time I do the cardio. And again, I have to do 70 minutes of that. I can, again, split it up however I want. I can choose whatever method I want, which is kind of nice. But that is on top of that. And I need to split things up because it is too long of a day usually to try and do that all at once. So I am back to splitting things up in the gym, and more often than not, that means that I'm doing my lift followed by my cardio, just because honestly, most of the time I work in the morning and then I just do my lift and I do my cardio. I really don't like doing cardio before my lift. I will if necessary, but I really don't like doing that because it doesn't feel quite the same. I don't like eating very heavy before I lift anyway, so it just works out. Very rarely do I actually eat anything before I lift either, so for the entire time of prep, I have also been lifting fasted. And personal preference, take it as you will. Go ahead and call me down for not doing that or for doing that, but each one's going to approach what they're doing in their own way. This is just how I'm choosing to do it. And everyone's going to react and be different. So that's just how I'm doing and dealing with things. And then later on in the day, I go back and I do some core and the additional cardio. The additional cardio only got added in last week. So I have opted to pair, again, all very new routine or new addition, but I've started doing core exercises alongside that cardio. I really need to do more core, so it just forces me to do that. So there's that. So it's been a very busy several weeks, but that's where we're at. We are now going into the second week of this, where we're doing again cardio on top of cardio with a specific heart range. The kids are now out of school, so that changes my routine just a little bit. Clients have definitely increased in the gym. I'm helping a lot more people these days, which is really nice. It's something I enjoy doing. So, and the family stuff is not coming to a slowdown anytime soon. We're doing my son's actual birthday party here in a couple of weeks. My mother-in-law is flying in, then my brother's birthday, and then I've got more family moving to town as of next weekend, so they're going to need help with the move. Like, it's just going to be extremely, extremely busy. So it's navigating all of it, and then on top of that, my coach now wants me spending a certain amount of time every day working on meditation and disconnecting from my phone and social media, putting in do not disturb sections so that I have the ability to disconnect and just mellow out and just work on my mindset, because my mindset has taken one hell of a hit during this whole thing. And yeah, so that's where we're at. Again, we are in the tail end of week 10. We start week 11 tomorrow, and I will catch everybody up again soon and let everyone know how things are going. But that's where we are at. I will also include some possible photos here in the next little while showing where we've been or where things are going and how things are going, and from a looks perspective. But my coach is really happy with how things are going. So to continue on, we've got 13 weeks left, which is just utterly insane. So I will catch everybody later. Stay dry. Cheers.